from Gervonta Davis blasting through Hugo Ruiz in under a round, proving once again that his power doesn't simmer, it detonates, to Manny Pacquiao, shutting off Ricky Hatton's lights with one of the cleanest knockouts ever delivered in a boxing ring, and even Tommy Morrison, the Rocky V star turned heavyweight contender, learning the hard way what happens when a puncher like Ray Mercer traps you in a corner with nowhere to run. These aren't just highlights. These are the moments where guys fought back with everything they had, and the results were unforgettable. Number 1. Gervonta Davis vs. Hugo Ruiz. Gervonta Davis walked into the ring with Hugo Ruiz in 2019, and he was ready from the very first second. He didn't wait to warm up. He came forward with the same strong power everyone knows him for. Ruiz tried to respond, but Davis pushed the pace so fast that Ruiz couldn't keep up. Then Davis saw his chance. He threw a clean right hook, and it landed exactly where it needed to. Ruiz dropped, and the fight ended right there in the opening round. It showed how fast Davis can end a fight when he sees even a small opening. Number 2. Fury vs. Wilder 3, October 9, 2021. This heavyweight fight, called once and for all, felt like Deontay Wilder's last chance to finally beat Tyson Fury. Their history was already heavy. The first fight was a draw. The second ended with Wilder losing by TKO, and afterward he said Fury had cheated by putting something in his glove. Before this third fight, Wilder said there would be no cheating now, and he even talked about collecting another body. When the bell rang, both fighters came forward with real hate. The action never slowed. They traded shots again and again, and the crowd watched 5 knockdowns between them. Every round felt like it could swing either way. Both men kept standing up and throwing back. This wild fight almost reached the final bell, until Fury landed the punch that ended it in the 11th round. Number 3. Ray Mercer vs. Tommy Morrison. Ray Mercer and Tommy Morrison stepped into the ring on October 18, 1991, both carrying undefeated records. Mercer was 17-0 and coming off his win over Francesco Damiani that made him the WBO heavyweight champion. Morrison arrived with 28 straight victories, 23 of them by knockout. When the fight started, it became clear who controlled the ring. Mercer's punches landed harder and faster, and Morrison couldn't match the pace. Bit by bit, Mercer took over every moment. Then Mercer let his hands go, hitting Morrison with a strong series of punches that ended the fight right there. Number 4. Michael Spinks vs. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson delivered one of his most unforgettable knockouts on June 27, 1988, when he faced Michael Spinks at the Convention Hall in Atlantic City. Tyson entered the ring with heavy momentum after defending his titles 7 times in a row, 5 of those wins coming by knockout. Spinks walked in with a spotless 31-0 record, with 21 knockouts, and many people still called him the true champion even though Tyson held every major belt. When the fight began, Tyson came forward with purpose. Spinks tried to set himself, but Tyson's pressure was too strong. Then Tyson found his chance and landed the punch that dropped Spinks for the first and only time in his entire career. Tyson became the first and last man to knock him down and knock him out. Spinks ended his career right after this fight. Tyson defended his titles only 2 more times before losing to Buster Douglas. Number 5. Tank vs. Santa Cruz. February 20, 2021. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, rising superstar with lightning speed and precise punches, stepped into the ring against Leo Santa Cruz, a multiple division world champion known for his iron chin. Fans expected a battle between unstoppable force and immovable wall. Both fighters came ready, trading shots with skill and power. The fight built round by round, neither giving in. Then, in the 6th round, Davis saw his moment. He threw a strong uppercut that hit Santa Cruz perfectly. Cruz went down hard to the canvas. The crowd reacted, stunned, as Davis showed why he was considered one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. Number 6. Gary Cooney vs. Ken Norton. On March 11th, at Madison Square Garden in New York City, Gary Cooney faced Ken Norton. From the start, Cooney came forward with power. In the first round, he landed a fast series of punches that knocked Norton out cold. The knockout was so decisive that it became the last fight of Norton's career. After this, Cooney got a shot at the title but lost to Larry Holmes by TKO. His career continued for only 5 more fights. He won 3 of them but lost the final 2, including a knockout loss to George Foreman in his last fight. Number 7. Manny Pacquiao vs. Ricky Hatton. On May 2, 2007, at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas, Manny Pacquiao faced Ricky Hatton. Hatton had never been knocked out before and came in on a long winning streak after his first loss to Mayweather. Pacquiao knew he needed to make a statement. He studied Hatton and moved fast, waiting for the right moment. In the 2nd round, Pacquiao landed the perfect punch that knocked Hatton out cold. The knockout came much earlier than Mayweather's previous stoppage of Hatton in the 10th round. The crowd watched in shock as Hatton hit the canvas. That fight became the last of Hatton's professional career, ending a long run of victories and marking one of the most memorable wins. Number 8. Gassiev vs. Schimmel. May 15, 2021. This fight lasted only one round on PBC's Toe-to-Toe Tuesdays. For most of the first round, neither fighter did much, watching and feeling each other out. Then, in the last 15 seconds, Gassiev trapped Schimmel in the corner. He threw a left hook that landed perfectly. The punch was so clean and loud that people in the cheapest and farthest seats could hear it clearly. The sound echoed through the theater, and it was impossible to miss. Everyone knew it landed. Number 9. Lennox Lewis vs. Hassan Ramon. On November 17, 2001, at the Mandalay Bay Resort in Las Vegas, Lennox Lewis faced Hassan Rahman for a rematch. Rahman had tried to fight someone else for his first title defense, but Lewis won a court battle to get an immediate rematch. Once in the ring, Lewis delivered the same result as their first fight, knocking Rahman out. After this victory, Lewis defended his title 2 more times, beating Mike Tyson and Vitaly Klitschko both by knockout. Each fight showed Lewis's power and precision, ending his opponent's chances clearly inside the ring. Number 10. Gervonta Davis vs. Liam Walsh. In 2017, Gervonta Davis faced Liam Walsh in a fight that could put him on the international boxing map. Davis came in fully prepared and focused, showing everyone he meant business. By the third round, Davis saw his opening. He delivered a precise 3-punch combination that hit Walsh perfectly. Walsh could not recover and went down to the canvas. This was Walsh's first professional loss, and it showed how powerful and skilled Davis had become. Every punch landed with accuracy and strength. The crowd could see how prepared and focused Davis was, taking control of the fight at just the right moment. His performance in that third round made it clear he was a rising force in the lightweight division, capable of ending fights decisively when the moment came. Number 11. Glenn Johnson vs. Roy Jones Jr. On September 25, 2004, at the FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, Roy Jones Jr. faced Glenn Johnson. Jones Jr. was coming off his first loss in 15 fights to Antonio Tarver. The fight went deep into the rounds, both men trading blows, testing each other's defenses. In the 9th round, Johnson found his opening. He landed a strong right to the side of Jones Jr.'s head. Jones Jr. went down and stayed on the mat, unconscious for several minutes. The referee called the fight, and Johnson walked away with the victory. It was a clear moment showing how a fighter could turn the tide and take control in the later rounds. Number 12. Kermit Cintron vs. Walter Dario Mathias. On July 14, 2007, at Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, Kermit Cintron faced Walter Dario Mathias. From the start, Cintron controlled the fight, keeping Mathias on the defensive. By the second round, Cintron had already knocked Mathias down twice. Then he landed a strong left punch, followed by a right hand for good measure, sending Mathias to the canvas for the final time. The fight ended quickly, showing Cintron's power and precision. Mathias had no answer as Cintron dominated every moment, taking control and finishing the fight decisively before the end of the second round. Number 13. Roy Jones Jr. vs. Montel Griffin II. On August 7, 1997, at the Foxwoods Resort in Mashantucket, Connecticut, Roy Jones Jr. faced Montel Griffin. 5 months earlier, Jones Jr. had suffered his first professional loss after being disqualified for hitting Griffin while he was down on his knees. This fight was his chance to get revenge. From the opening bell, Jones Jr. came forward with speed and power. He didn't wait long and ended the fight quickly with a first-round knockout. The win showed he was still in his prime and able to bounce back. After this fight, Jones Jr. went on to win 15 fights in a row, proving that his career had barely been slowed by the earlier disqualification. Number 14. Gatti vs. Gamazia. February 26, 2000. On this day, former 2-division world champion Joey Gamazia stepped into the ring against former world champion Arturo Gatti. Just hearing their names, it might seem like Gamazia was the more accomplished fighter, but when the fight started, it became clear that Gatti was the bigger man, and in this case, size mattered. Both fighters exchanged punches, but Gatti controlled the action. By the second round, he landed a combination that hit Gamazia perfectly. Gamazia went down and couldn't recover. The knockout was so severe that it left Gamazia with a brain injury, putting him in the hospital for a week. That fight marked the end of Gamazia's boxing career. Number 15. Mike Weaver vs. John Tate. On March 21, 1980, at the Stockley Athletic Center in Knoxville, Tennessee, Mike Weaver faced John Tate in a heavyweight fight. The match went all the way to the 15th and final round, with both fighters trading punches for 14 grueling rounds. Just when it seemed the fight might go to the judges, Weaver landed a powerful blow that knocked Tate out cold. The knockout came at the very end of the fight, making it even more impressive after so many rounds of action. This was a rare moment in boxing, as fights today are limited to 12 rounds. Number 16. Buster Douglas vs. Mike Tyson. On February 11, 1990, at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, Buster Douglas faced Mike Tyson. Douglas came in as a huge underdog at 42-1, while Tyson was unbeaten with a record of 37-0 and 33 knockouts. The fight went on for 10 rounds, both fighters trading punches, but Douglas stayed focused. In the 10th round, Douglas landed the punches that knocked Tyson out, ending his undefeated streak. This was one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Douglas's win stunned the world, and never became a major figure in boxing again. Number 17. Mercer vs. Morrison, October 7, 1993. Tommy Morrison, known as the Rocky Five-Star, was a top prospect in the heavyweight division. Time away from the ring while filming took a toll on him. In his fight against Ray Mercer, Morrison found himself trapped in the corner. Mercer landed a devastating left hook that shook Morrison's chin. Because Morrison was leaning against the ropes, he didn't fall, and Mercer kept going. He landed at least 8 more powerful punches on Morrison, who could not defend himself properly. The fight ended with Morrison overwhelmed, showing how quickly a skilled fighter can take over when given an opening. Number 18. Nonito Donaire vs. Fernando Montiel. Nonito Donaire faced Fernando Montiel at the Mandalay Bay Resort in Las Vegas for the WBC and WBO bantamweight titles. Donaire ended the fight quickly, knocking Montiel out in the second round. After an early loss in his second professional fight, Donaire had built a streak of 24 wins in a row. Montiel went down hard, and after the knockout he seemed unsteady, almost like he was having a seizure, before being helped to his feet. Number 19. Ernie Shavers vs. Jimmy Ellis. On June 18, 1973, at Madison Square Garden in New York, Ernie Shavers faced Jimmy Ellis. Shavers came in with a record of 45-2, with 44 of those wins by knockout and 32 in a row. In the fight, Shavers showed why he had such a high knockout rate. He landed powerful punches that knocked Ellis out, leaving him convulsing on the canvas. The crowd saw firsthand the power that gave Shavers a 97% knockout-to-win ratio. Number 20. Benny Parrott vs. Emil Griffith III. March 24, 1962. Before the fight, Benny Parrott kept teasing Emil Griffith, calling him a fairy and making fun of him for being gay. This made Griffith furious. During the fight, Griffith took out all his frustration on Parrott. In the 12th round, Griffith landed a punch that shook Parrott but didn't knock him down. Seeing Parrott weakened, Griffith followed up with a series of punches that left Parrott unable to defend himself, ultimately causing the fight to end in tragedy. If you enjoyed seeing these moments where fighters refused to back down and answered power with power, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns of the most explosive knockouts and comeback moments in combat sports. Drop a comment below telling me which finish hit you the hardest. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next video where the punches, the pressure, and the payback never stop.